In our breaking news this afternoon, ANC supporters have clashed with police near President Jacob Zuma's home in Nkandla. The ruling party members were protesting against Julius Malema's economic freedom fighters. The EFF were in the area to unveil a house they've built right next door to President Zuma's. Tear gas has now been fired. Our reporter Nkandla joins us on the line from Nkandla. Desin, welcome. Take us through today's events leading up to this clash with police.
Good afternoon. In fact, earlier today, there was every indication that the situation here was tense. When Julius Malema arrived in Nkandla at about 2 o'clock, he was barred from entering the area near where the house is being built. In fact, police battled for about 10 or 15 minutes to make way for his car to actually get through, for him to get to the house that they were planning to hand over. But the crowd refused to let him get through, and eventually he had to walk in and get through on foot. And even while he was doing that, he was being pelted with bottles from the supporters that were gathered at the roadside, most of them wearing ANC T-shirts. And eventually when he did get through, he managed to give his address, but it was only after he left, which was not long ago, that the situation really turned ugly here. And there were lots of police officers, and there's a huge police presence here. But it was about 2 minutes after he left that stones were being thrown, and police had to spring into action. So we were actually sitting in our vehicle not far away from where it's happening. And at that point, we noticed stones coming through and hitting the police vehicles, hitting our car as well. And police managed to keep the crowd at bay by using their water cannons. They fired tear gas, some rubber bullets. In fact, as we speak, there are still some police officers that have got into the bushes around the area that we're in now, just looking for more of the troublemakers that have hidden among the trees on the roadside here.
Now, Desin, you mentioned the fact that police used water cannon and tear gas. In fact, you yourself, even though we can't see you, are a bit worse for wear because you did get tear gassed yourself. Were there measures of crowd control effective, and has everything calmed down right now? Where are the EFF supporters in all of this?
The EFF supporters right now are on the property of the house that was being handed over. And it's quite a small group of them that I must mention, probably between 50 and 80 of them that are down there. The situation up here at the roadside where we are at the moment is still very tense because you've got the police on one side, all of them fully armed, and they've got their riot gear on. And on the other side, on the banks to my left, it's the group of supporters that were here earlier. So as you mentioned as well, our crew is still recovering because we were caught in the middle of it, and we also got the last bit of the tear gas that was being fired here. So as it stands, I believe that police will be here for a lot longer because the EFF supporters that are here also need to make their way out of the area safely.
Now, Desin, just very briefly, Julius Malema was able to address his EFF supporters. What did he say to them? We understand it was a handing over of a house. What else was entailed in a speech, his end of a speech?
Julius Malema used the opportunity largely to take swipes at President Jacob Zuma. And as we know, Malema's not one to mince his words. And he referred several times to Jacob Zuma's home as a museum of corruption. And during this time, he also used the opportunity to make promises to his supporters, promising them that he would build houses for them, promising them that, also just highlighting the fact that he believed that there's a degree of separation between Jacob Zuma and the people of Nkandla. He made reference to the high walls and the fences. He spoke about the fact that residents here are not even allowed very close to where Jacob Zuma's home is. So he used the opportunity to take swipes at the ANC and its president, largely.
Well, that was our reporter, Nkandla, who I'm sure we'll be speaking to later on.
Know more. ENCA.com